Hi, I'm Frankie. Today, I would like to share with you my vision, my aspirations to build a global faculty of POKM facilitators, coaches, and consultants. First of all, allow me to highlight to you the background of this vision. To be factual, I started my career, my professional career, in 1982. Yes, that is 33 years ago. From 1982 to 1996, I did a lot of work in three specific areas. Firstly, in the area relating to strategic human capital management, specifically human capital development. And secondly, managing and enhancing corporate learning centers. And thirdly, strategic planning. Now, from 1982 to 1996, these were the three key areas of my focus. In 1996, in line with the emergence of the global practice of knowledge management, driven largely by American and European global companies, I conceptualized version number 1 of my POKM model, the practice of knowledge management model. So over the last 20 years, indeed, I have carried out, undertaken a lot of improvement, significant innovation on this model. In fact, over these 20 years, I have shared the practice of knowledge management to organizations around the world and to more than 1,000 organizations from 23 different countries worldwide. Indeed, I've traveled quite extensively to share the practice of knowledge management. And this is precisely my core expertise. That is, offering the practice of knowledge management, learning, coaching, and consulting solutions to organizations of all sizes, to organizations operating in all industries. Now, 2.5 years ago, way back in 2013, I set a personal goal, and that is to build a global faculty of POKM facilitators, coaches, and consultants. That was what I conceptualized, I conceived 2.5 years ago. Now, today, 2.5 years later, after preparing for 2.5 years, I am absolutely certain that the time has come for me to translate my vision into reality. And this is exactly the focus of my sharing session today. That is, to share with you, to provide you an overview of my POKM licensing program. And this program is about, firstly, coaching you. Secondly, assessing the knowledge and skills gained. And thirdly, authorizing you to offer this POKM learning, coaching, and consulting solutions worldwide. And this is my vision, and this is my aspirations. Alright, perhaps now, I will now start my sharing session by going through the 6 key topics that I have prepared on the board right here. So, I shall start. Number 1, the logic of the global economy. Now, the logic of the global economy provides the context that factually supports the emergence of the practice of knowledge management. At this point, allow me to make an extremely important statement, and that is, in the production economy, the production-based economy, or the industrial economy of the past, this economy supports the practice of people management. And the present knowledge-based, innovation-driven economy supports the practice of knowledge management. Now allow me to elaborate further. In the previous production-based economy, to get things done, a person in an organization would generally apply the practice of people management. Now, what is the practice of people management really all about? The answer: the practice of people management is really about getting things done through the subordinates by applying specific people management skills, people chasing skills. For instance, firstly, to direct people to perform. 2, to instruct people to perform. 3, to delegate to people to deliver results. Or 4, to control people to deliver results. So it's clear that in the practice of people management, the focus is about driving and chasing people to get results. And the practice of people management certainly is the standard working protocol of employees operating, of employees working in the production-based economy. However, over the last 20 to 25 years, the fundamental global economic structure, the fundamental global economic framework and scenario has changed dramatically. And today, we are now operating in what we call as the knowledge-based, innovation-driven economy. Now, to get things done in this very economy today, the employee in the organization must have the fundamental capabilities to manage knowledge, to apply the practice of knowledge management instead of the practice of people management. So, what is the practice of knowledge management, or POKM in short, really all about? Now the answer is this. The practice of knowledge management is about, firstly, to develop 8 highly focused, self-driven, and proactive capabilities to systematically manage critical knowledge. And finally, to drive sustainable breakthrough performance in this very economy today. Therefore, it is extremely clear that for the millions of employees worldwide who are still practicing people-chasing management, for them to be relevant to this knowledge-based, innovation-driven economy, for them to continuously fit in to their organization in challenging times, in changing times, and for them to remain employable. These employees, these millions of employees, must certainly must definitely embark on a journey to reconfigure their mindsets, to reconfigure their knowledge and skill sets, to apply the practice of self-driven, proactive knowledge management, instead of holding on to the practice of people management. So in short, the focus must be on accelerating the adoption of the practice of knowledge management in this economy, and to reduce dependency on people management. So, to make all this happen, my vision, my aspiration is to build a global faculty to offer, firstly, POKM learning solutions, secondly, POKM coaching solutions and consulting solutions to these employees globally, to reach out to them, to have the passion to equip these employees with the 8 highly focused capabilities to systematically manage their critical knowledge, to systematically manage the critical knowledge of their teams and organization, to drive sustainable competitive advantage, to drive sustainable breakthrough performance, and in the process to ensure that these employees would have, firstly, a more meaningful, a more fruitful corporate work life, and to ensure they're continuously relevant to this ever-changing economic trend. And offering this solution and reaching out to these employees globally is the mega trend that I see as the way forward in this knowledge-based, innovation-driven economy. And by now, I'm sure you'll realize why I'm so passionate wanting to build this well-respected, to build this dedicated global faculty. Because I see that this is indeed the real way forward in this economy. Topic number 2, the next question: who would be suitable to be the POKM facilitator, the coach and the consultant? That's key topic number 2. Now, the answer would be this. Firstly, the person that will be suitable to be a POKM facilitator, coach and consultant would potentially be, first, the head of human capital or a senior human capital professional. Or number 2, the chief knowledge officer or knowledge strategist of a mid-size to a large organization. Or perhaps number 3, the person may be an academician in an institution of higher education. Or perhaps number 4, an existing external training consultant or a training provider who at this point of time is already offering modules or other related management training modules to his or her clients. And of course, number 5, the person can also potentially be a senior corporate professional who has more than 10 years of managerial working experience, having the interest, the desire to offer POKM learning, coaching and consulting on a part-time basis or a full-time basis. Now, potentially again, this senior corporate professional would be, for instance, a head of company, or previously a head of department, or a senior manager, or even for the matter, a key manager. Secondly, in addition to what I've just highlighted, the candidate, the potential authorized POKM facilitator, the potential member of this global faculty must have the vision, to share the practice of knowledge management. Now, I call this person the visionary knowledge leader. Let me be a bit more specific on this. When I say visionary, it means to suggest that the person potentially must share my vision. That is, to reach out, and that's very important, to reach out to the millions of employees. And secondly, to have the passion, to have the real passion, wanting to equip employees of various organizations with highly focused capabilities to manage what we call as critical knowledge to drive performance. Now, the next word I said just now, visionary knowledge leader. So I've talked about visionary. Let's look at the second part, knowledge leader. To me, this person as a knowledge leader must be able to provide crystal clear direction to employees to ensure that they can be and will be continuously relevant to this changing knowledge-based economy. The knowledge leader must be able to consistently add knowledge value, highly differentiated knowledge value, to transform them to be real talents in the organization with the ability to manage critical knowledge. Now, of course, thirdly, beside what I've shared, the person can also potentially be the head of a corporate learning center or a senior learning and development specialist who has the passion to transform his employees within his company, his employees within his group of companies to be real talents. I'm sure by now you are very clear. An employee cannot be considered as a talent if the employee does not have the fundamental capability to manage critical knowledge. The employee, as long as the employee need to be chased to get things done, the employee definitely cannot be considered as a real talent in this very economy. So, key topic number 2, I've given you an idea about the profile of the POKM facilitator, coach, and consultant. Let's look at topic number 3 here. The focus. What is the focus of the POKM facilitator, coach, and consultant? The answer is this. Number 1. The authorized POKM facilitator, coach, and consultant must play the extremely important role of facilitating POKM learning solutions. Its focus is to facilitate the solutions, to prepare the various organizations, to prepare the employees in the organization to initiate the practice of knowledge management. So in this context, a lot of his work will relate to carrying out knowledge transfer, transferring his knowledge to the organization transferring his knowledge in the area of the practice of knowledge management to the corporate client, to familiarize them with regard to what is POKM really all about. So that's the first focus. Focus number 2, to coach the employees to apply. The key points are to coach and to ensure that they apply these 8 highly focused, self-driven, proactive capabilities. Secondly, at the same time, after coaching them to develop the abilities to apply, to coach them to use knowledge tools, to enable the effective implementation of what we call as the 8 highly focused capabilities. And finally, to coach them to deploy, to implement the 3 to 6 month implementation action plan. As a rule in general, when we advise organization to start their journey to adopt the practice of knowledge management, we will advise them to kickstart their journey by using a 3 to 6 month implementation action plan. And of course, this action plan or the implementation action plan will have what we call as incorporated into it review systems. Alright, now key focus number 3 is this: the authorized POKM facilitator, coach and consultant will therefore need to offer post-learning, post-coaching consulting solutions. These consulting solutions are offered to ensure that the corporate clients will have the ability to sustain the POKM journey. And the consulting solution is to strengthen their practice of knowledge management journey, essentially. Now, these are the 3 major areas of key focus of the POKM facilitator, coach and consultant. At this point, allow me also to stress one key statement, and that is, the practice of knowledge management is not about technology, and therefore we do not start the practice of knowledge management journey by investing in technology. The practice of knowledge management must start with specific, well-defined, highly focused mindsets and habits. Now, let's look at key topic number 4, geographical dimension. In this context, the authorized POKM facilitator is given the right to share, the right to offer the learning solutions, the coaching solutions, the consulting solutions globally. In other words, the whole program is about equipping this person with the capability to offer solutions on a global basis, that is worldwide. Suggesting therefore the person, or you for the matter over here, you may be situated based in country A, and after going through the entire coaching journey with me, you have the right to actually offer these solutions in country B or any country for that matter. Next, open concept. What does it mean? It means to suggest, therefore, in my view, to ensure that all the global facilitators, all the members of the global faculty is able to build a highly progressive, professional practice. It is crucial that there is no restriction. There is no restriction with regard to territory of operation. That's why I indicate here, open concept, unlimited space. That is point B that I indicate here. Point number C. Now, very interesting. In countries that are actually putting major emphasis to migrate to a knowledge-based economy, in this kind of countries, you will witness a huge need for the practice of knowledge management. For instance, let's highlight the case of Malaysia. Malaysia, first of all, have our own knowledge economy master plan. Secondly, Malaysia now is also driven by the 11th Malaysia Plan that covers the period 2016 to 2020. And this 11th Malaysia Plan places strategic focus on accelerating human capital development for an advanced nation by 2020. So therefore, naturally, with these plans in place, these economic plans, this master plan will certainly provide the perfect platform, the perfect scenario to springboard, to support solid practice in this area. So in other words, this economic plan would definitely support the emergence for the practice of knowledge management adoption, and henceforth would directly have an impact on developing professional practices in offering learning solutions, coaching solutions, and consulting solutions in the area of the practice of knowledge management. Next, global faculty. Now what does it mean? Now it means this. My vision, my aspiration is to work with members of this faculty worldwide. My vision is to ensure that we have authorized POKM facilitators, coaches, and consultants in countries around the world, and to ensure that this global faculty is well respected, to ensure that this global faculty is able to offer the solutions on an innovative basis. We must ensure that the members of these global faculties constantly collaborate. It is only through constant collaboration can the members of this global faculty pioneer breakthrough solutions. And that's the bottom line. Next, language and translation. Point E here. Now, what do I have in my mind? The medium of facilitation will be English. However, in my mind, I am having this vision of wanting to translate all the materials to all possible languages so that we can reach out and benefit employees in companies worldwide. And that's our direction in this context here. This is topic number 4. Topic number 5. Financial considerations. Now, at this point of time here, I want to make it very clear. For an authorized or a potential authorized POKM facilitator, coach, and consultant to offer this solution, this particular suitable candidate will only be required, will only need to effect a one-time knowledge investment, a one-time knowledge investment. Now, what does this one-time knowledge investment covers? The answer is this. First of all, coaching and assessment. This one-time knowledge investment will cover the coaching and the assessment modules required to prepare the person to be a POKM facilitator, coach, and consultant. in my mind, this coaching assessment journey will be different in terms of time duration for different people because of the entry level. Generally, it may be from 4 days to 5 days, plus or minus, taking into account the entry level of the person. In other words, the entire coaching and assessment modules and journey will be 100% customized to meet the entry level of the particular person. And most important, this coaching and assessment journey is carried out in modular form and highly content-based. This is not the typical train the trainer program that focus on facilitation skills, that focus on delivering modules, that focus on equipping the person with process skills. No, this is not the focus. The focus of coaching and assessment journey is about building the person's content, building the person's subject matter. That's the key emphasis. Of course, we will also, on my side, I will also highlight key techniques that need to be considered when we carry out POKM Facilitation, POKM Coaching, and POKM Consulting. Now, this entire coaching and assessment journey will physically take place right here, this center. And so therefore, you will need to make arrangements to be with me physically here to go through these few days of coaching assessment journey. And I can assure you, you will find this journey to be meaningful and to be very fruitful. Now, next, you also see therefore, the first part is on coaching and assessing the person, because we need to establish obviously the level of knowledge, the level of skills gained at the end of the coaching session to prepare you to play the 3 roles that I've just mentioned earlier on as a POKM facilitator, coach and consultant. Next, program materials. Now, what does it mean? You'll be receiving both hard copies and soft copies of the program materials. And some of the materials are meant for you as the authorized POKM facilitator. And some of them are meant for your corporate clients or your corporate participants. Alright, all this are provided to you. But most important, you're also allowed to customize materials, meaning your logo and certain items relating to yourself can be put on these materials here. Next, it says here, support to initiate practice. Now obviously, what I also do is to highlight to you, to share with you some of the materials required to initiate the interfacing with your potential clients in this context here. Alright, so I will also offer you, I will also make available to you short articles, scripts, related documents that will facilitate you to touch base, facilitate you to initiate your professional practice, offering learning, coaching, and consulting solution in the area of the practice of knowledge management. And then finally, advisory solutions. Now for us, you and me, to have a fruitful, meaningful global journey together, it is important on my side to continuously strengthen your content in this area. After all, I've started way back in 1996 and I've been this for the last 20 years. Alright, so henceforth, it is my role to ensure that your content, your subject matter is progressively strengthened is progressively enhanced. Alright? So henceforth, the one-time knowledge investment that I talked about just now will cover all this that I've just mentioned. That is, the coaching assessment journey, the program materials, the support to initiate your professional practice, and advisory solution specifically to strengthen your content, to strengthen your subject matter. Now, C, next point. I said here, differential knowledge investment. This is interesting. What does it mean? That it means this. In my mind, to really enable you and me to have a meaningful global journey together, I must ensure that the initial one-time knowledge investment indeed is affordable. Must be affordable. So because of this reason, and precisely because of this thought in my mind, what I've decided is this, and that is, different candidate, different people, different potential facilitators will need to effect different one-time knowledge investment. So what does it mean? It means to say, therefore, that all the facilitators, all the authorized POKM facilitators, they are indeed using the same content globally. But Mr. A or Miss A from this country may be required to effect a much lower one-time knowledge investment compared, for example, to another person in another country. Because to me, to make this workable, the one-time knowledge investment is 100% customized to address your affordability, to meet your professional needs. And I will determine this final one-time knowledge investment after I have received your email, after I've assessed your situation. Now, that is the meaning of differential knowledge investment here. Alright, now, next, what is also important is this. There will only be a very minimum, and this is very important too, because we're talking about sustainability. There will only be a minimum recognition and utilization fee. Utilization of the content that I share with you. Because these factors that I mentioned, the factors of starting, the factors of sustainability in this POKM journey, are key issues that I consider. Now finally, launching the global faculty. Now, I'm in the process of identifying the right candidates to be members of this global faculty. And so my recommendation to you, after you have gone through this sharing session, and my recommendations are as follows. First of all, given on the board here. First of all, I would like you to email me your CV. You describe to me your background, perhaps your education background, including all the appointments that you have held in the past, your working experiences, etc. So, email me first your CV. Secondly, when you do email me, I would like to suggest this. Please do highlight why, in your opinion, why you believe you are the right candidate to work with me, to work with all of us in this global journey. So highlight some of the reasons. Please be as factual as possible. And thirdly, the third part, beside your CV, beside highlighting the reasons, the third part would be when you are eventually, when you eventually complete the coaching session and the assessment session, and you are indeed ready to start your journey to offer POKM learning, coaching, and consulting solution. What do you see as your next 12 months plan? For instance, you might like to think first, which are the countries, for instance, that you would like to operate? Or number two, for instance, which are the industries that you are most comfortable to render these solutions to? Are you most comfortable with financial industry, manufacturing, service sector, IT sectors, etc.? And third, what type of organizations would you most likely want to reach out to? Would they be the small, medium enterprises, family-run organizations or family-owned organizations? Or would that be mid-sized to large organizations? Or would that be public listed companies or global companies operating in your country? Or for the matter, would there be even government-linked organization or government agency and institution of higher education? So that's number three. Next, levels of management. Perhaps you may give it a thought when you start this entire journey. Which would be the level of management you would most likely be approaching? Will you be approaching the top level management or the heads of department? Or would your focus be on the mid-level or even the junior for that matter? And some of you may be focusing on students in university perhaps. So these are some of the considerations, and of course any other factors that you think is relevant to describe what you have in your mind. Alright, so henceforth the recommended action would be your CV, the specific reasons, your next 12 months plan. Give it a thought before you email to me. Now, next, of course, please only email to me after you have reviewed my factual profile that I've uploaded in the website. So in the website, you will see my 30 pages factual profile. Get to know me, and that's important. And at the same time, you also see there are other videos on POKM on the website. Please do view these POKM videos. I have a video uploaded that relates to a description of a mini tour of this place. It is entitled Amical Practice of Knowledge Management, a mini tour. View this and also view the Malaysia's K-Economy Master Plan, which I shared in the videos, and also view the one that relates to the 11 Malaysia Plan and the numerous POKM modules, POKM programs that I have shared in all those videos uploaded on the website. Please go through. So go through all this, and after going through this, then send me an email. Alright, now, in my mind, in order that we can really have a fruitful, have a successful and meaningful global POKM journey together, all of us must really be coming together in good faith. In other words to say, it is important to have professional sincerity. The way I see it is, I would want to pioneer a relationship with you that is based on professional sincerity, that is driven by good faith and not controlled by strict business requirements. Because strict business requirements stifle the growth of knowledge workers like us. So we must enter into a relationship with good faith. Enter into a professional relationship that is supported by professional sincerity. And that is important for all of us to move forward, to play a role in this mega trend that I've talked about in this very economy. Of course, before I sign off right now, I will just indicate to you a few things. First, all my POKM learning solutions, coaching solutions, and consulting solutions, all of them are managed by an organization known as, given here, EMERGENCE Center of Excellence. Now, EMERGENCE Center of Excellence is the organization that is responsible to plan, to organize, and to manage all my solutions in Malaysia and globally. And this is the website of EMERGENCE Center of Excellence, www.amicolpro.com, emico.com. Next, you also see therefore that this is my email address, alright? And this is here given, frankie@frankieknowledge.com. And you can see here, this is the website you would like to visit, because this website called www.frankieknowledge.com, this is my official website. And here you will find everything you need to know about me is in this specific website. And of course, once you come on board to be a member of my faculty, you'll be listed in this website. You'll be linked to me and linked to all the content that I have developed over the years, the last 20 years. My focus, as you know today, is to invite you to be an authorized POKM facilitator, coach, and consultant, to be a member of this global faculty. So in conclusion, what I've done today is a short overview of the entire program. Of course, on my side, I do invite you, review all the materials, give it a serious thought, and after you have done that, please then email to me. And once you've emailed to me, what I will do is, I will review the content of your email, and after which, I will contact you. This is the next course of action. I will then contact you, and together, we will now start then a journey, reaching out to employees, to millions of employees around the world, offering what we call as the POKM learning, coaching, and consulting solutions. I believe we will have a meaningful, we will have a fruitful and highly rewarding journey together. So with this is Frankie signing off. I do obviously look forward to hearing from you soon. And with this, cheers and bye-bye. See you.